3.
Hey, come over here, everybody. Let's get a basketball game going.
Okay, I want to play. That sounds like fun.
Not you. You can't play sitting in that weirdo red wheelchair of yours.
Sure she can. Why cannot she play?
Because she will ruin my game. That's why.
May I
No, you cannot.
But I play basketball for Special Olympics.
That's mean, Brad. Sally and Mikey want a chance to play too. Remember, kindness is important.
How about me?
3.
Of course not. You can't hear.
Well, who can play with you, Brad?
Only people like me can play.
Brad, nobody is the same. Everybody is different.
I don't care. I still get to decide who can play, and I only want people like me.
Brad, if only people who are exactly alike could play, then no one could play together.
That is right. If everyone had to be the same, then everyone could be in a chair and be able to spin and do wheelies like I can. If everyone had to be the same, then everyone would have to be able to sign moves secretly to your team to confuse the other side.
Yeah.
If everyone had to be the same, then everyone would be in the Special Olympics, like I was.
Everyone would have to wear glasses like me.
Everyone would have a striped shirt like me.
Everyone would have to be furry with whiskers like me.
See, Brad, everybody is different. We are all special and unique. We all have to play alone.
Or we could be friends and all play together. Hey, Brad. Hey, Brad, come back. Let's count off by twos and play a game.
I play forward.
I'll be a guard. Will you too, Chandra?
Sure, Brad, will you be center?
Okay, thanks for being so nice to me. I wasn't very nice to all of you, was I?
You know what the crew says, kindness is important.
Everybody is different in some ways, and that's cool.
And everybody is kind to each other. Everybody wins.
I still want to play. Does everyone?
Yes!
1, 2, 3.
Each of you has a special thing you can do. It is good to work together as a crew. And remember, you will find life is nicer when you're kind. Good afternoon. My name is Itlali Gonzalez. This is my team.
Hello.
Nate.
Rafael Palomares.
Sonino Jose.
Nancy Villarreal. Leti Bedoya.
And the purpose of our video was about bullying. And as we can see in the little skit that we had, bullying can occur anywhere, even in the playground, in schools. It can be cyberbullying, which is now a new in thing because of all the internet and technology that kids have access to. And our little video that we had is just kids of all disabilities and all sorts of people can be bullied or can be bullies to other kids or to other people. No, it doesn't make sense. Rewind. Now, Romero is going to be talking about the federal law.
Yes, hi, my name is Romel Palomares. I'll be talking about federal laws, right, concerning bullying. Although there's actually no federal law that directly addresses bullying at this point in time, there is, however, some cases in which bullying overlaps with discriminatory harassment when it's based on race, national origin, age, disability, and so on, right? So when bullying and harassment overlaps, then that's when federally funded schools have an obligation to resolve that harassment. So the U.S. Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Civil Rights may be able to help with that. So like I said, there's no federal law that actually addresses bullying, but because it can overlap with discriminatory harassment, which is covered under federal civil rights laws enforced by U.S. Department of Education. That's where no matter what label it is, bullying, hazing, teasing, schools have an obligation to address that conduct that is severe, persuasive, it creates a hostile environment, or that is based on any type of discrimination or harassment. There's actually several laws that pertain to harassment and things like that, like for example the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Education Amendments of 1972. There's also the Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. So all these actually cover specifically harassment, which again, like I said, it can go with bullying. So what are the school's obligations, right? What are the school's obligations regarding harassment? It's based on protected classes, right? So anyone can report a harassment conduct to a school, and when the school receives that complaint, they must take certain steps to actually investigate and resolve the situation. It has to be immediate and appropriate to investigate it. They have to, inquiry must be prompt, and they have to interview the target students, and they must communicate with the target students regarding steps to end the harassment. So that was the federal law in terms of bullying. Like I said, there's no federal law directly addressing bullying, but it can overlap with discriminatory harassment. So that's when those laws can come into play.
And now it's going to be Sonia who's going to be talking.
Talk about the state law. Under Texas law, bullying means engaging in written or verbal expression. For verbal expression, we understand any electronics or physical conduct that occurs in any school activity or automobile operated by that district. And every school in Texas is required to have a policy on bullying. Now my friend is gonna talk about.
Nancy's going to be talking about a local district policy.
Okay, under one of our local district policy states in a note like, this policy addresses bullying of district students for provisions regarding discrimination and harassment involvement district students, CFFH. Note that FFI shall be used in conjunction with the FFH for certain prohibited conduct. For reporting requirements related to child abuse and neglect, CFFG. Line prohibited states that the district prohibits bullying as defined by this policy. Retaliation against anyone involved in the complaint process is a violation of district policy and is prohibited. Definition: bullying occurs when a student or group of students engages in written or verbal expression through electronic means of physical conduct that occurs on school property, at a school-sponsored or school-related activity, or in a vehicle operated by the district that has the effect or will have the effect of physically harming a student, damaging a student's property, or placing a student in reasonable fear of harm to the student's person or of damage to the student's property. This is one example and from one of the local district's policy. And now my partner Letty, she's gonna talk about bullying.
Summary of the effect of bullying. Texas House Bill 1942 was passed to address how schools must make their campus after safer for all students. Hi, I'm gonna say the summary of the effect of bullying. Texas House Bill 1942 was passed to address how schools must make their campus safer for all students, specifically regarding the issue of bullying and cyberbullying. The Brownsville Independent School District prohibits the bullying and cyberbullying of students. It all prohibits retaliation against any person, including a victim, witness, or another person. who in good faith provides information concerning an incident of bullying.